Alchemy is generally understood to have been the art whose end was the transmutation of the so-called base metals into gold by means of an ill-defined something called the Philosopher's Stone. But even from a purely physical standpoint, this is a somewhat superficial view. Alchemy was both a philosophy and an experimental science, and the transmutation of the metals was its end only in that would give the final proof of the alchemist's hypothesis. In other words, alchemy, considered from the physical standpoint, was the attempt to demonstrate experimentally on a material plane the validity of a certain philosophical view of the cosmos. Some mystics, however, the opinion has been expressed that alchemy was not a physical art or a science at all, that in no sense was its object the manufacture of a material gold, and that its processes were not carried out on the physical plane. According to this transcendental theory, alchemy was concerned with a man's soul. Its object was the perfection, not of a material substances, but of a man or woman in a spiritual sense. According to this view, the figure of the transmutation of the base metals into gold symbolized the salvation of a man and woman and transmutation of her or his soul into spiritual gold, which was to be obtained by the elimination of evil and the development of good by the grace of God, in the realization of which salvation or spiritual transmutation may be described as the new birth, or that condition of being known as union with the divine. Alchemists postulated and believed in a very real sense in the essential unity of the cosmos. Hence, they held that there is a correspondence or an analogy existing between things spiritual and things physical. The same laws operating in each realm. See, the sages have been taught of God, and that this natural world is only an image and a material copy of a heavenly and spiritual pattern, that the very existence of this world is based upon the reality of its celestial archetype, and that God has created it in an imitation of the spiritual and invisible universe, in order that men and women might be the better enabled to comprehend his heavenly teachings and the wonders of his absolute and ineffable power and wisdom. The point is not that these analogies are correct, but that they were regarded as such by all true alchemists. The practice of this art enables us to understand not merely the marvels of nature, but the nature of God itself. In all its unspeakable glory, it shadows forth a wonderful manner of all the articles of faith, and the reason why man and woman must pass through much tribulation and anguish before they can rise again to a new life.